We just did a really big climb up.
Because we're filming now, you can't take the ride the fence road.
Rocks rule!
You are masterclass dork.
Oh my god! Look at that view though, that canyon right back there.
This week, we traveled to the furthest point north on our journey to the tip of South America on the longest road in the world, the Panamerican-Highway. Some travelers believe the road starts in Alaska, but for us, due to time and money, it restricted us from traveling that far north, so we settled for Jasper National Park in Canada. It felt so surreal making it to the ice fields and knowing that it's only south from here. We are beyond proud of ourselves and lucky to have one another on this journey. We will take 2 years of our life to travel to Ushuaia, Argentina. If you are new here, we are Project Soul Quest. Like and subscribe for the journey of a lifetime.
Wake up, tea, we'll fill water, check, check, check. I think it's finally time to go on a hike.
Yeah, that was pretty in sync. We didn't even practice that.
We didn't even practice that. Look at that. Oh, I can just go. It's already go.
We're going to Emerald Lake today. It's just inside Yoho National Park. And you can go left, I think.
No, exit.
Okay, perfect. And it should be about a 7-mile hike. We're gonna walk around the lake and up to a waterfall. Tori did all the research. Her and I have just been kind of taking turns finding different hikes and stuff, and so it should be a beautiful day. We've got bluebird skies, no clouds once again. We have been treated nothing but with beautiful weather in Canada this past week.
Go Canada!
And we've made it northwest enough to essentially get out of all of the smoke that was from a few spot fires in Alberta. So we slept at Kicking Horse Campground last night. It's inside Yoho. It is 50% reserve, 50% first come, first serve. So we showed up, I think, a little after 3 o'clock. And the line was taking a while, which was a bit disheartening at first, but once we got up to the booth, it was just because they have a new computer system that isn't really liking their old computers, and so they were just having a hard time running the new program and getting it all lined out. So we got a spot, super nice and easy. So always wait in line. Don't be the 3 people behind us that turned around because they thought they weren't going to get a spot.
This was a paid camp spot too. There is like Monarch Campground, which is free or first come, first serve. Oh,
paid
no.
still, but first come, first serve. No reservation.
Right, yeah.
There's not a lot of free camping because we're in the national park, obviously, so that's not legal. So we've been abiding by the laws and either going outside of the campground when we boondock or
going outside the national park.
Yeah, going outside the national park, or we pay. So I think it was like $30 last night with the firewood and fire pit included.
What permit in the box? Do you have a permit?
Yeah, I probably should turn it off the thing.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're just checking out.
Sure.
Did you get
We had number 20.
20?
20?
Yeah. Okay.
Great,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you. Are you seeing this little valley right here?
So we're going to be hiking up today.
It's super cool, baby. We've got the snacks. We've got PB&Js. Oh, did you want like chips or anything?
No.
Okay.
No, no, good.
And we've got water.
I need a
shoes
hat.
on.
You have sunscreen? You got a little sun the other day.
I do need sunscreen. And I think that's it. There's lots of people, so of course, it is a national park. You gotta just embrace everybody who's out here enjoying nature like we are.
We're gonna lose them on the back end of the hike.
Maybe.
Back half of the lake.
Maybe. All right, we'll pick you up on the trail.
So we made it to Emerald Lake. Parking was really easy. We got here early enough that there were a ton of spots, so that's always nice. And we're just cruising down the trail now. Tori and I kind of lost everybody. Once you get past the lodge, we decided to go to the right side first. And so we're just enjoying all these views by ourselves right now. Hard to beat when you have the trail to yourself, huh?
I know. You can hear all the other people on the other side of the trail. We decided to go this way because all trails said to go right. So.
The tour buses also had gone left, so we went right. And now we have this all to ourselves, so.
This is so cool.
Here we go.
Science lesson that we were learning along the way, one of the lovely signs, is that this forest is one of a kind. At least one that's in this area, so you don't normally find like forests like this that are mossy and kind of almost jungle-esque with a lot of ferns, and it also has an interesting way it deposits into the land from like the glacier, so it also holds a delta and also still is depositing from the glacier. Supposedly that doesn't happen often, so pretty cool. And it's a really pretty color. Woo! Oh my gosh, this is so cool. We just did a really big climb up and now we're overlooking this valley right here. This is insane.
A couple of hanging glaciers up ahead that we're about to go to. We haven't seen a single person on the trail once we left the loop around the lake. Now we're headed up to Emerald Basin.
Yeah.
So if you want a more secluded hike, shoot up to the Basin part instead of just doing the loop.
Yeah, this is awesome. Let me show you guys the view. I know, the bugs here are actually kind of ruthless.
They're not actually bees.
I know.
Flies that look like bees. We're at the ski area too before.
And they definitely bite.
All right. Well, it's
Okay.
if we're standing here not doing anything.
When we talk about feeling small, this is definitely one of those basins where you have to take it all in. You go right.
having lots of theories and discussions on how this area was formed. And basically what we've kind of picked up a little bit, we're gonna do some more research, but off of our guesstimates. This was once an ancient ocean, and this ancient ocean had coral reefs that are basically the tops of these mountains are ancient coral reefs. And then at some point it turned into the ocean drained, or maybe vice versa. We can't decide on the timeline quite yet. And then there was also a swamp in this area. And then obviously the ice age happened. And so then you have these massive glaciers that are forming all over this ancient ocean bed or swamp bed. And over the years, the ice has moved down the mountains, causing all of the rocks to just come with it, causing these beautiful, I think they're really beautiful sediment beds. And they start really narrow at the top, and then they fan out at the bottom. And then as they fan out, then the water comes down and you start to create these beautiful deltas. And then these deltas here in these national parks are actually a light color blue. And that's because the glacial water is basically creating what's called like a rock powder, or like a rock flour, that tears all the sediment and carries it all the way down into these rivers and into these lakes. And that's why you have different colors of these lakes and of these rivers. So this river, particularly to me, compared to some of the other areas we've been in, is like super milky. So that means that there's lots of rock flour that's getting carried down. And we're here at the top of this glacier, and you're seeing the water coming down, and up there, there's even a bigger glacier, and it's just moving all of this sediment down, creating this valley, this basin, and all of the rock formations you see around here. So, yeah, pretty epic.
So part of Tori's fun facts that she forgot to mention was the part that her and I were debating upon. At some point, it was layered coral, and then plate tectonics had it move and thrusted everything up, or plate tectonics happened, thrusted some stuff up, and then the coral got layered on, and then the oceans receded. That's where we're kind of hand in hand, is I think that the oceans were here and it started building coral reefs and such, and then the plate tectonics happened and it got thrusted up to now that you see layers of limestone, and then it's not as layered.
No, I agree with you. I also like to argue that the plate tectonics are always shifting and moving, causing constant shifts of these mountains.
Right, which just backs my theory that the coral was here first, not plate tectonics, versus you thought plate tectonics and then coral.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Well,
I think you throw it in between all the layers.
because we're filming now, you can't take the ride the fence road. You gotta, before it was one or the other, and now you think it's simultaneous.
No, that's what I told you. I said layer it in there.
I think simultaneous is not incorrect. I just think there was a bigger factor of like when it was shifting the mountains. I think that there's bigger shift times than other times when the plates would like accelerate and move more land mass, and other times when it's not moving as much land.
I agree. Well, any geology friends out there? Any scientists? Any friends of the
School me, because we don't know
history
anything.
of rocks?
History of rock!
Rock! Which, if you didn't know, geology is one of the only sciences that look at history. So they go back and they study history, which I think is pretty cool. So I know a lot of people give those geology folks out there trash, but they know their stuff. Rocks rule!
You are masterclass dork.
Cheers to one of the best lunch spots we'll ever have. No, that's a lie. We're gonna keep probably saying that, like, every single lunch spot we've had on all these hikes has just been freaking epic.
We've had great lunch spots this whole week, and yeah, we plan to have great lunch spots probably most days.
I mean, we're just like chilling in between these two waterfalls. There's a glacier to our right, a glacier to our left. Super awesome, and these views are just insane.
So, we ran into two couples is all on the Emerald Basin part. That's where you get the elevation gain. It took us just a little over an hour once we did the little loop around the lake. And now we're gonna head back down and finish the loop off on the other side of the lake and head down the road to Golden, see if we can re-up on some supplies and go and hang out for hopefully like 3 nights without moving. We haven't actually stayed in one spot longer than a day or 2 at this point in the van, so it'll be super nice just to kind of hang out and get a couple things done that we've been wanting to do in the van and in our lives. So
Sweet. All right, we'll see you guys at the bottom. All right, we're back at the van, and we're overlooking the parking lot and this lake, and I was like, oh my god, this is a good time for a smoothie. We found these smoothie packs. They're like this. So half of it is a snack smoothie, and the other half is, or the whole thing is a full smoothie. And Dylan and I are both gonna share this. So look at all these. It has like greens, different berries. It even has some plant protein.
Good job, baby. We did all 3 liters.
Woohoo!
I think I might have drank a little more than you, but
I mean, at the end I didn't drink a lot.
it's also on my back.
After leaving Yoho National Park, we headed to Crown Land outside of the town Golden. We had moved to a new campsite every night since moving into the van. It was time to slow down and take it all in. We used our trusty app iOverlander to find a campsite next to the river. When we arrived to this campsite, we knew we had found paradise. This area is off the beaten path and away from all the tourists. It's really only used by locals. However, you can't see it in this clip, but the road had flooded, causing a lot of big puddles, deep ruts, and a lot of mud. We actually got the van stuck before making it to this perfect campsite, but luckily Dylan and Sunny the van worked really hard to get us there. We camped next to this glacial blue water for the next 3 days, planning out our adventures and just relaxing and taking it all in. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and continue to watch our journey south.